Have you ever felt like you're just juggling a ton of projects, but somehow nothing ever really gets done? You're not alone. If you're new to managing work, that feeling of chaos is super common. But don't worry, we're about to give you the clarity and control you've been looking for. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's start with a really common mistake, one that's probably at the root of all that frustration. We tend to use the word project for, well, pretty much everything, from huge initiatives down to tiny little to-do items. That simple mix-up creates so much confusion, but we're going to fix that right now.
I'm willing to bet this looks pretty familiar, right? When every single task, every little emergency, and every new idea gets slopped with the label project, your to-do list just becomes this monster. It's impossible to know what to work on first, and it's even harder to explain to anyone what you're actually doing.
So let's do a little pop quiz here. Ordering supplies? Nope, that's just a routine task, part of the daily grind. Fixing a sudden leak? Well, that's an emergency. It's reactive, not a planned project. But what about replacing an entire pool deck? Oh yeah, that's a project. Launching a new scheduling system for the whole company? You bet that's a project. You can see how easy it is to get these things mixed up when you're busy.
And here's why getting this right is so important. When everything's a project, you just get chaos. Your timelines become a total mess, communication completely breaks down, and nobody, not your boss, not your team, not your clients, knows what to expect. This confusion, that's the real villain we're here to defeat.
So how do we fight back against all this chaos? Simple. We're going to give you two new superpowers, the power to define a project and the power to use project management. And trust me, these aren't just fancy business words. They are the actual tools you need to bring order and clarity back to your work.
Okay, your first superpower is truly understanding what a project is. I want you to think of it as your mission. And the key words here are short-term, non-routine, and one-of-a-kind. See, it's not something you do every single day. It has a definite start and a definite finish. And its whole purpose is to create something totally unique that didn't exist before.
Now for your second superpower, project management. So if the project is the mission, then project management is your battle plan. It's not the thing you're building, it's the step-by-step guide that gets you there. It's the repeatable process you can use to guide any unique project from beginning to end.
If you remember absolutely nothing else from this, please remember this. It's so simple. The project is the what, the thing you're actually creating. Project management is the how, the system you use to get it done. The what and the how. That's it. That's the secret.
All right, now that you've got your two superpowers, let's put them head to head. We're going to make the differences so clear that you'll never mix them up again. This is where it all starts to click.
So let's really get into it. What is the actual fundamental difference between these two things? Let's break it down, side by side. See the pattern here? Look at the project column. It's all about things that are one-time, temporary, and create something unique. Now look at the project management column. That's all about a consistent, repeatable process that guides those efforts. So to put it really simply, a project is all about the final outcome, while project management is all about the path you take to get to that outcome. Let's look at some real-world examples of these epic missions. Renovating the clubhouse? That's a project. Rebranding the entire company website? Big project. Switching a whole property over to LED lights? For sure, that's a project. All of these are big, one-off efforts with a very specific end goal.
Now, let's compare that to the daily grind. Filling out daily logs, testing the pool chemicals, cleaning common areas. These are all super important. They have to get done, but they are not projects. And why not? Because they're routine. They repeat over and over. They don't create something new each time you do them.
So here it is. This is your most practical tool. From now on, whenever a new task lands on your desk, just ask yourself this one simple question. Is this unique or is this routine? If it's routine, it's just an operational task. But if it's a unique effort with a clear start and a clear finish, boom, you've got a project on your hands. Okay, enough with the theory. It's time to put your new superpowers into action. Let's walk through a super simple mission briefing that you can use for your very next project, starting today. This right here is your battle plan. It might look simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It forces you to answer the most important questions right from the start. What are we actually trying to do? What are the big steps to get there? Who's in charge of what? And when does it need to be done? Then you track it and deliver it. This simple framework brings structure to pretty much any project you can think of. Understanding this difference, it's not just some academic exercise. It actually changes how you work, how you communicate, and how people see you. It literally takes you from a state of chaos to a state of total clarity.
And this is the real payoff. Just listen to the difference. I'm working on a lot of projects. That sounds vague, maybe a little overwhelmed. But I'm managing the resident portal project and we're currently in the testing phase. That sounds confident, in control, and totally on top of it. One is chaos, the other is clarity. That's the power you get. So let's leave it with this one powerful thought. A project builds something, a new website, a new clubhouse, whatever it is. But project management, that builds the clear, structured path to get there. So when you get back to your work, your next mission is already waiting for you. Now that you have these superpowers, there's really only one question left. Are you going to bring chaos or are you going to bring clarity? The choice is all yours.